Hey guys, welcome back to Game Sandwich. I'm John Hansen. That's Aden Carter, and today, oh man, it's another day in the video game industry. We have a ton of layoffs. This time from Xbox. Well, again from Xbox. This is like the fourth time in the last 18 months that they've had some massive layoffs. This time, Microsoft in general seeing over 9,000 people laid off through various teams. We've got Activision, we've got Bethesda affected here, Xbox Game Studios. We've got some very big things to go through here. But before we begin, I want to give a shout out to our viewers. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Follow us for some future stuff. We also got a link down in the description to check out our community Discord if you want to come in and talk with us. We'll talk about whatever we can think of for video games and whatever interests you. We're all for it. But let's get into this. Aden, I know you are not particularly versed in everything that's been happening here, but man, I was running on 2 hours of sleep this morning, and we knew that there were some big layoffs coming. Jason Schreier and some other people were saying, hey, this next Wednesday, we've got some layoffs coming in from Xbox, but they said that they'd be big, but we didn't know it'd be this big. So the biggest ones out of the way first, The Initiative. This team was formed in 2018. They were billed as Xbox's quadruple A studio. They were going to make the biggest Xbox game of all time. They were working on Perfect Dark, a reboot of the series that started out on the N64, got a 360 prequel, but it's been pretty dormant for a while. This game has had some issues over the years, a lot of like studio or head changes and development hell stories coming out of it. That team is completely gone. The Initiative is closed down forever. Perfect Dark is not happening anymore. Yes, we could say luckily this seems to be the only studio that has been closed down this time. It's not like the Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks thing before, where we had like 4 different studios just completely shut down out of nowhere. Let's see. Turn 10, the Forza Motorsport developers. Half of their team is gone. We've got Raven Studios and High Moon Studios, who both work on Call of Duty. They've got some team. They had a bunch of layoffs as well. ZeniMax Online, the creators of The Elder Scrolls Online, they got a lot of layoffs, and they had a new MMORPG that had not been announced yet, which has been canned. That is not happening anymore. Rare got a lot of layoffs as well, and their game Everwild, which was revealed back in 2019 and has gone through a lot of different development hell stuff as well, that has been completely knocked out. And Greg Males, who has been with Rare for, I think it's been like 35 years, he has left the company after all these layoffs. Trying to think. Compulsion, who just released South of Midnight, they had layoffs. Man, the list just goes on and on. Halo Studios, I just saw a little bit ago, they just announced some layoffs from them. Undead Labs, the makers of State of Decay 3, while State of Decay 3 is still happening, they had layoffs. I haven't heard anything on the Coalition yet. Playground Games, who are working on Fable, seem to have not been affected. And
Yet. I mean, I feel like they're probably going to get affected if Fable does bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, needless to say, this is a shitty day to be in the game industry. This is a lot. Like, oh, yeah, we can talk about the games not happening and whether or not we're disappointed in that aspect. But man, this is a lot of people just being thrown aside. And from what we've been hearing, Microsoft just posted record high revenues or something. And they're like one of the most profitable companies in the world right now. Like, that was all just announced within the last few days. Corporate America, baby.
That's ridiculous. And honestly, okay, full disclosure here, people. I didn't even know about all the game studios affected. John listing everything off, honestly, is the first time I'm hearing which ones have gotten affected because I have been out of the loop
Mhm.
for a little while. But the one that amazes me the most is Compulsion Games because they just released South of Midnight, and didn't that do really well?
They haven't spoken about it, which may point to it not doing well. Because it's one of those things where video game companies don't say anything about a game unless it has like performed record number stuff. But then again,
Yeah.
Hi-Fi Rush, when that came out, that was a critical darling. Everyone loved it. It won awards. We had people from Xbox coming out and saying, "Hey, this has met every single metric that we wanted," and then that studio still got closed down. So,
Yeah, well, with Compulsion, they had We Happy Few, which I absolutely loved that game.
mhm, yeah.
And also Contrast I really liked as
Or
well,
no,
so I'm surprised.
Compulsion is not We Happy Few. That is In
Oh, I
Exile.
thought they were. Oh, I
I
thought they were. That's my bad.
they're the ones working on Clockwork Revolution.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking different studio, but still, Clockwork Revolution looks amazing to me, though.
Yeah. I don't think In Exile has been affected by this. I haven't seen anything on that. No,
No.
Compulsion is South of Midnight, and then in the past they did Contrast, and then I think there was
Yeah,
one
and they
other.
also did We Happy Few. I'm looking on
Did
their
they?
website right now. Yeah,
Okay, I must be.
and
Dude,
I really loved We Happy Few.
Xbox has like 30 studios to go through. I'm tired
Yeah.
too. I'm gonna mix them up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's yeah. I don't even know what to say. It sucks. It really. Phil Spencer put out a well, he didn't like publicly say it, but he sent out an email to everyone and talking about, hey, yeah, we have to do this because strategic, blah blah blah, and everything. Then he also happened to mention, I know this is rough hearing when Xbox as a company has more players, more games, and more hours played than any other time in its history. So he's bragging about how well Xbox is doing, and also just like, oh, but also 9,000 of you are without a job now.
How terrible do you have to be to actually to do that right there?
I
To
mean,
to brag about your company and then just be like, "Oh, I know it sucks. We're doing so well."
mhm.
But,
that's
you know,
that's CEO. Like the CEOs don't fucking care about people; they just care about their money. Phil Spencer has. There was a time in my probably about a decade ago when Phil Spencer got the CEO job of Xbox, and I was like, oh man, I really like this guy. He's very likable, and oh, I really thought, oh hey, he's gonna bring exclusives in. Like I was like, okay, yeah, no, this seems like a good spot. For a long time, he seemed like the great guy, but after all these acquisitions and all the layoffs, man, he needs to go. I'm just gonna say it. Like he's been awful for just the gaming industry in general. He's been a bad influence on just about everything he's done. He hasn't. Uh, I I'm gonna write an article on this. I feel it's been awful. But focusing on the news today, man, sucks. Like I just we've had record layoffs in the gaming industry for like the last 3 years. This year doesn't look like it's going to be as bad as last year, but I think Xbox alone has laid off like I think it's like 15,000 people over the last couple of years. It's absolutely insane.
yeah, that's insane numbers. I like it still baffles me though. They're doing that well and yet they're like, "Oh yes, over the past like couple years, 15,000 people. Oh,
Hmm.
that's nothing. I mean, we're making so much money though. Oh, okay. And I guarantee you part of it has to go to because I'm that person. I guarantee you part of it is that Phil Spencer wants a bigger paycheck. I feel like that has to be part of it.
I will say, I think some of this, I the guy isn't taking a pay cut. Let's say that. So in that aspect, you're absolutely right. Like there's no way that he's losing any money out of all this and all the failures and everything. I do think a lot of this comes from above him because I think after the Activision Blizzard acquisition, which was $69 billion, add on to that the ZeniMax Bethesda, which was I think 9 million or billion. Minecraft was 2 billion, and then we've got all the other acquisitions that they sprinkled in there. I'm not sure off the top of my head how much those were. I would say Microsoft is looking at all these acquisitions Xbox has made, and they're like, hey, we're not seeing enough from here. So that's why you're seeing Xbox games go to other platforms. And now Satya Nadella is like, hey, I'm taking over more control of this. This is my decision on a lot of these things, I would imagine. But
Yeah,
I'm not saying that to give Phil Spencer a pass here. He definitely has a say in what goes on with these decisions. So you're absolutely right that a lot of this is him just being shitty.
so you mentioned Blizzard and all of that, and I have to ask the obligatory question of why is Blizzard like never affected? It seems like
Oh, they are. They
like
the
I
last
swear I never hear anything about them being affected with like massive layoffs, and I'm like, how much does it take to like run World of Warcraft? And Diablo's not doing good,
I mean, it
at
must
least
be
to my
doing good
knowledge.
enough. I've only heard good things. But after the acquisition, the very big mass layoff that happened after everything went through, Blizzard was heavily affected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one was a very big. I haven't heard anything from Blizzard for today. It was mostly the Activision side with Call of Duty that was being touched, but I haven't heard anything about Diablo, Warcraft, or Overwatch. Um,
Although I can see why with Call of Duty because I feel like that one people are getting tired of it being so stale.
it
And
that has no
I
effect on it.
mean,
It still makes so much money. It's still the highest revenue in all of gaming every year. That's why you still see it every year. Like
uh,
it doesn't matter how people feel about it being stale. The thing with Call of Duty is like it's a comfort food essentially. You go talk to anyone who just owns an Xbox or a PlayStation, they probably own Call of Duty just because they're like, oh, well, that's coming out every year. I need to play that with my friends. It's the same thing with Madden. Like, everyone talks about Madden just being dog shit, like, for the last decade plus now. But it's still, like, the highest selling sports game in America because it's football and everyone knows the name Madden. So it doesn't really matter the staleness. It's just Xbox slash Microsoft looking to cut costs where they can right now. I did see some talk about how some of this, uh, a lot of talk about like how this will facilitate AI usage in the future, like how many of these jobs are being replaced with AI stuff, which isn't surprising. That's all we're hearing from bigger companies these days. Um, yeah, there's not really anything positive to take out of this. And if you're one of those people talking about like, yeah, no, I'm glad this studio got closed down. I'm glad these people got let go because it didn't need to happen. Uh, First of all, it's not their fault that the higher ups don't know how to manage their own fucking company. Like this is all on Satya Nadella, Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, all of these higher ups that are making these decisions that are costing them so much money. No one told them that they had to go out and acquire Activision Blizzard. Like that just they went out of their own way to do it. Now that they have to like cut all this money, it's on them. It Their decisions are what are leading to Xbox like hemorrhaging money.
yeah, I mean, really, you can't blame the studios. I mean, they're making what they get told to make, or they're
Mhm.
making what they want to make. And even studios that do amazingly well, like you mentioned, the one that did Hi-Fi Rush, even the ones that do amazingly well, they still get the shit end of the stick here on
Yeah.
everything. It's not their fault.
No.
And if they get replaced with AI, it's again not their fault.
No.
And if when they do, I guarantee you a lot of people are going to be like, well, I don't want to play a game that's made using AI or everything." And then it's going to be like the same thing with like people talking about Nintendo Switch 2, how they don't want it because of the price and then they're still going to play it. But
Yeah. The fallout from today is going to be very interesting seeing what happens going forward because Xbox is already under fire for their impact with the Israel stuff. I'm not getting into it because I don't know the full specifics, but there's already a growing sentiment that like, hey, the shit you guys are doing is not good. Like, this is bad stuff. Now that you're starting to affect people, you're starting to affect games that people were looking forward to. Like, there were a lot of people that were looking forward to Perfect Dark. Like, they were very excited. Like, this was billed to be like the biggest Xbox release of all time. And let's see, 7 years later, nothing. It's just gone for good.
You know, I'm hoping that these studios, like the people who are laid off at least from them and everything, I hope that they go on to like form their own studios, kind of like how the people did for like Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, make their
Yeah,
own small studio and just make some amazing game that just blows everyone out of the water.
I could see something like that with the Greg Mail situation, the guy who was at Rare for so long. He probably has the ability to create his own studio if he wanted to. Or, I don't know if if he's been there for like 35 years, maybe he could just retire if he wanted to. I don't know. But there was also a guy from the Elder Scrolls Online team that has been there for like forever that left as well. Um, there's definitely room for that stuff, but man, it's hard. Clair Obscur is a very unique situation. Um, I don't really know if I would call that like that's not like going to be the perfect roadmap for everyone going forward. Um,
Oh yeah, for sure. I just hope that it happens again.
yeah,
Just because I want them to get their payback for this, you know?
in all honesty, I would be shocked if we don't see some kind of new studio, at least one, come out from all this. I mean, we're talking thousands of just game developers who are without a home right now. There's already the job market in the game industry is already over flooded as it is. There's not enough spots for people to come in and get new jobs. So they can make their own. And we may see more indie studios pop up, which isn't a bad thing. But
Yeah.
we need more of that and less of the giant corporations, obviously.
I'm all for it. I want them to make their own indie studios, and I want them to make themselves known, so that way I can help them. I always love
Absolutely.
a good indie title.
Uh, Maybe not always, but most of the time.
Okay, yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. All right.
There are some bad ones.
Yep. So yeah, that is our discussion on the Xbox layoffs for July 2nd, 2025. Aiden, do we have any final thoughts we have?
If anyone who is laid off is seeing this, make your own studios. I believe in you. I will play your games. I want them.
Yeah. Just in general, whatever. If anyone who was laid off today is watching this, whatever happens, I hope you land on your feet. I hope you've got a good severance package. I hope that today's gonna suck. Me and Aiden have both been in the layoff area. Like, layoffs suck, and it's a very stressful time. Be sure the rest, take care of yourself, and we hope you come out on the other side better. But for Aiden, I am John Hansen, and we're gonna sign off here. Again, if you like the discussion, please subscribe to us, comment down below, whatever you want. And I don't even care. We're talking about video games here, but man, now we're getting into like human lives being heavily affected by this stuff, and that just sucks. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.